This is an open letter to random funeral home. After charging my credit card $2,250 to cremate my husband, whose corpse was delivered by a state trooper Fiat to your location, you kept in touch all year. Even though your unsolicited letters addressed me as Mrs. His last name, a name I never took, I thought you really knew me. I know my agnostic husband, killed in a plane crash in your town, would be pleased with your enduring show of concern long after service is rendered. Indeed, your spiritual advice, with an S instead of a C, mind you, to lean on my faith, really helped me heal. Though your shot was randomly selected because of the tragic circumstances, and though you were juggling 5 other out-of-town bodies that fateful day, only occasionally did I feel neglected. First, there was the slight mix-up with the personal effects. The Ziploc baggie you unceremoniously handed me contained his wallet, but another body's watch and Volvo keys. And my husband's Toyota keys turned up in another widow's baggie. Neither his watch nor wedding ring ever made it back. If the embalming room of random funeral home have a lost and found drawer, do let me know. Next came that baffling phone call as I was careening 300 miles by car to pick up the ash box, or as you called it, cremains. A newly minted widow, I'd gotten your contact information from the trooper and duly called to make arrangements. Requiring only the oven and a container, which turned out to be an industrial-grade polyurethane box with a faulty flap, I declined your package of casket, florist, and obituary writings. Like contestants on The Price is Right, I took the box and opted for an earnless burn. So, when you called to inform me that the body of the deceased was in fact being transported home for burial, I had to wonder, were you even sending me the right guy? I shrieked, "What are you talking about?" But you insisted on the message right in front of you from a family representative with instructions about a Christian burial in my city. It was my turn to insist that as the lone family representative from my family, I was at that very minute an hour away from Ashcam pickup and to demand whose detritus was in my box if my husband was en route to burial. Astonishingly, you disputed the truth from the very family representative whose credit card Random Crematory LLC had only days before charged. Nor have you ever apologized for this affront. And I can sympathize. The pages fluttering in your while you were out pad, the harried employees managing the cascade of caskets, calls, and urns like revolving door lovers in a French farce. Perhaps I got the bargain basement treatment for declining your smorgasbord of services. Still, bodies switched at death. Finally, I cherish the thoughtfully curated year-long correspondence, culminating in your recent offer to handle my future funerary needs. First, there was the certificate of cremation caveat. This temporary container is not intended for permanent. Yes, you've heard that right. Permanent. With an A. Interment in a niche or crypt. Next, your letter campaign launched to Mrs. So-and-so, an understandable assumption for the 21st century. Your letterhead, sporting 2 randy frolicking doves, explained that I would receive a series of bereavement pamphlets offering healing help. Thanks for the extra effort that went into capitalizing important words, and your hope the first pamphlet, featuring Thomas Kincaid's artwork, Painter of Light, will provide me with comfort and advice, once again with an S instead of a C. Indeed, I was both comforted and advised. The first pamphlet's 11 tips, trekking into hitherto unimagined terrifying scenarios, squired me through those painful first months after death. For instance, number 4's wording wriggled in and out of Thomas Kincaid's luminous lilacs and warned mourners like me to brace yourself for many losses, since a death can start a domino effect of other losses. Itemizing the onslaught. Personal possessions are divided up between relatives or given away. A loss. A home might be sold. Another loss. The upshot was, don't be disturbed if one loss seems to escalate until you feel overwhelmed. Nope. Now, I was instantly relieved by your permission to weep because, as number 8 granted, crying is okay. Crying is a natural outlet for grief. Timely, indeed, since for months before that initial wave of tips arrived, my hobby was sobbing. Your endorsement made it all the more worthwhile. I also found solace in your injunction to remember to touch base with the source of my spirituality, that baseball metaphor neatly offsetting Thomas Kincaid's pensive stone bridge nestled under a weeping willow with his patented light emanating from the mere hint of a lantern. A new month, a new pamphlet installment. The little doves thought what to know about grief would help me learn how to use this grieving time to help me heal myself. After a loss, we may wonder, how can we go on without our loved one? Although I had been going on pretty well by then, the pamphlet opened some new doors to despair for me. I'll never forget the original insights from the pamphlets, notably that grief is a journey, that no two people grieve alike, that God sees my pain, and that I should try to exercise when I'm feeling blue. Despite your habits of ambiguous diction, misspelling, and comma splices, for example, sometimes it seems that death, comma, is only an ending for those of us who have lost a loved one. Still, pamphlet number 3's 12 Ways to Deal with Your Grief was, like Thomas Kincaid himself, illuminating. This clear, capitalized, and centered guidance led the way to healing, excerpted here. 1. Plant a tree. 2. Write in a journal, because journaling is a secret, safe, and healing. 3. Make a memory box for the children. 4. Tell a story, since love shines through unique tales. 5. Sing a song, because music helps heal pain that normally words can't touch. 11. The children, because of course there are children, should draw a picture of it. 12. Hang the children's pictures on the refrigerator with magnets. To think I was going to tape them. Yeah. Now, come December, I was invited to your Miracles and Memories Christmas service in the town where the plane went down. Yeah, I did not drive back to attend, nor did I extend to my family and friends a special invitation to be part of this special Christmas service. But I'm sure it was special with a capital S. What a year this journey of grief has been. Thanks to your care, I will continue to lean on the pamphlet's wisdom, and I cherish my baggie and someone's ashes in a gray plastic box unsuitable for a niche or crypt. Faithlessly, Miss Anne Christensen. Thank you.
All right, what a great job. Sorry, I needed to get my program because I wanted to tell all of y'all, you know, you've heard 2 stories so far. Maybe you're thinking, yeah, I could do that. I could write a story. I could read. Well, hey, on the back of your program, there's a QR code that'll help you subscribe to their YouTube channel. Not what I was supposed to read, but you should subscribe to their YouTube channel. Anyway, the stories for the next Grown Up Storytime are due June 4th. So if you want to write something for this and have somebody read it, go ahead, do it. Everybody's got a story, write it out. Why not? Your friends are sick and tired of hearing that story over and over and over, so show it to new friends, you know? All right, moving right along here. The next story, Valentine's Birthday Blizzard, written by Claire McLaughlin, and it's read by Adriana Kalinchuk.